Alrighty, Math 1, 1.4 multi-step equations. So this is a whole lot like 1.2 and 1.3, only these are going to be longer problems, okay? Same idea, just longer problems. So for starters, we see we got 0 equals 5m minus 6m. We can start off by combining like terms. We've got this 5m and this negative 6m. 5 minus 6 is negative 1, so we're going to have negative 1m. And then we still have our 0. Now, we have a negative 1 times m. To get rid of that negative 1, we got to divide by negative 1. On the right, our negative 1's cancel, and we're left with just an m. But then on our left, we have 0 divided by negative 1. Well, that's just going to be 0. There's our answer. And I don't know if I've said this yet in one of the previous videos, but you can always take this answer here and plug it back in and check if it works. So let's do that real quick. If I go over here and I say, well, 0 equals 5 times, well, m is 0, minus 6 times 0, right? I plugged in for both of these m's. Okay, what I'm doing right now in the green is checking my answer. I have 0 equals 5 times 0 is 0. Minus 6 times 0 is 0. 0 equals 0. Yes, the answer is right. Okay, you can always do that. Number 2. Again, we can start off by combining like terms. We need to remember that there's a little 1 that's understood in front of that n, right? If you have a variable all by itself, it has a 1 in front of it. So 1n plus 4n gives me 5n. And then we have equals 15. All right. I have 5 times n. To get rid of that 5, I need to divide by 5. And if I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other. The 5's on the left cancel. And I'm left with n equals, I've got 15 divided by 5. That's 3. And again, let's just do this for just because. We can plug this 3 back into our initial equation. So we've got 1 times 3 plus 4 times 3 equals 15. And let's make that green so that it stays the same as last problem. So this is going to be 3 plus 4 times 3 is 12 equals 15. 15 equals 15. We're good. All right, number 3. Again, we can start off by combining like terms. We have negative 5v plus 1v. Negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. I can divide by negative 4. And I'm dividing by negative 4 here because we have a 4 in front of our v. Well, we have a negative 4 in front of our v. They cancel. And I'm left with v equals, well, I've got 4 divided by negative 4. So I know it's going to be negative because I have one negative sign. 4 divided by 4 is 1. All right. And if you would like to, you can check your answer. Number 4. All right, this one gets a little bit more complicated. We look at the left side here. There's nothing we can combine over there. That's going to stay like it is. Now on the right side, we've got some parentheses there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this negative 3 and I'm going to distribute it to each of those. Okay? So on the left, it's going to stay negative 31 minus 7b. Then I'm going to have equals. And again, let me rewrite this. I'm going to have negative 3 times 5, which is negative 15. And then negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9, because we have two negatives, and then I have a b at the end. Okay? So what I'm doing here with the distributive property, right here, I'm taking this 3, and it goes to everything that is inside the parentheses. That's what those parentheses mean. It means that negative 3 that's hanging out front belongs to everything that's in there. All right, now we look and see if we can combine like terms, and we cannot. but we could get the variables on the same side. What I'm going to do here, and there's lots of different ways you can go about this problem. I've got a b over here and a b over here. I'm going to get all the b's on the same side. Okay? I'm going to take these 7 b's on the left and I'm going to put them on the right. So I'm going to say, well, this is a negative 7, so I'm going to say, well, plus 7b. Okay? And what I'm doing there is I'm trying to get everything on one side, all the b's together. So the b's on the left cancel, and I'm left with on the left negative 31 equals, I've still got my negative 15, and then I have to add my b's up, 9b and 7b. Well, 9 plus 7 is 16b. All right, now we need to get rid of this 15. Right? We've got our b's on the right. We've got a negative 15. We need to get rid of it. So I'm going to add 15 to both sides. Okay? The 15's on the right cancel. On the left, I'm going to have, well, negative 31 plus 15 is negative 16 equals, and then on the right, I have 16b. Okay, last step. I get to divide by 16 on both sides. The 16's on the right cancel. Negative 16 divided by 16 is negative 1, and then I have a b. And there's our answer. If you would like to rewrite this, you can. You can write b equals negative 1, but they mean the same thing. Okay, number 5. All right, another long problem. To start off, I'm going to distribute the 2. We all see this 2 right there. That 2 is in front of the parentheses. That means that the 2 belongs to everything that's inside the parentheses. So I'm going to take this negative 2 and I'm going to send it to the 7 and I'm going to send it to the 3. So on the left, I'm going to have negative 10 plus 4a equals, now 2, the 2 and the 7 go together. 2 times 7 is 14. And then there's an a, minus 2 times negative 3 is negative 6, and then I have minus 6a at the end, right? This highlighted portion turned into this guy here. All right, now if we look at the right, we can combine like terms. We have a 14a and a negative 6a. Those can combine together. So I'm going to rewrite the whole thing with those combined. I've got negative 10 plus 4a equals, now if my a's go together, 14 minus 6 is going to be, what is that? 8. 8a, and then I have minus 6, right? So this negative 6 is this negative 6. This 14a and the negative 6 turned into an 8a. All right, I want to get all my a's together, because I've got a's on both sides of the equal sign. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to take these 4 a's on the left and I'm going to subtract them over to the right. Okay, on the left they cancel. And on the left I'm left with negative 10 equals 8a minus 4a is going to be 4a, and then I have minus 6. Okay. Now I need to get rid of that negative 6, so I'm going to add 6 to both sides. The 6's on the right cancel. Negative 10 plus 6 is negative 4 equals, and then I'm left with 4a on the right. I have 4 times a. To undo that multiplication, I need to divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by 4. The 4's on the right cancel. And I've got negative 4 divided by 4. It's going to be negative 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 equals a. All right, that's number 5. Number 6. Again, we've got some parentheses, so I'm going to need to take this negative 2 and send it to the 1 and to the 2. So the left side is going to stay the same, negative 9 minus 3p equals negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4, and then there's a p. So this highlighted portion here turned into this. Okay, now we need to get our p's together. Now I've been putting the p's on the right. This one just because I'm going to put the p's on the left. So I'm going to take these negative 4p and I'm going to say, well, plus 4p. Plus 4p. The 4p's on the right cancel. On the left, I'm left with negative 9. And then I've got negative 3 plus 4. That's going to be 1. So we've got plus 1p. All right. Now to get our p by itself, we need to add 9 to both sides. So I'm going to say, well, plus 9, plus 9. The 9's on the left cancel, and I'm left with p equals, well, negative 2 plus 9 is the same way of thinking as 9 minus 2, right? And that's 7. There we are. That is number 6. All right, number 7. Ooh, this one we have to distribute 2 times, right? We have these 2 sets of parentheses. We've got the parentheses on the left, and we got the parentheses on the right. So that means we're going to have to do it. We're going to have to do the distributing 2 times. So for starters, I'm going to copy down this 2 hanging out at the front. And then this negative 5 is going to go to the 2 and to the negative 2. So negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. Negative 5 times negative 2 is positive 10, right? Because 2 negatives. So this highlighted portion here turned into this guy here. Then we have an equal sign. We're going to take 2 times negative 2, because we're distributing again. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. And then 2 times 4 is positive 8. So this highlighted green piece turned into this highlighted green piece. Okay. If we look at the left side here, we can combine like terms. We've got a 2 and a negative 10. 2 minus 10 is negative 8. So I'm going to combine like terms like that. Right? These 2 terms on the left went together. Now, I'm going to put my p's together. It doesn't matter if you go to the left side or the right side. You just have to pick a side. So I'm going to put all of my p's on the left. And whenever I do that, I need to subtract 8p from both sides, right? Because I need to get rid of the ones that are on the right. The ones on the right cancel. And I'm left with negative 8 plus 10 minus 8 is 2p. And that's equal to negative 4. This right here kind of looks funky, but that's a negative 4. Now, to keep getting our p by itself, I need to add 8 to both sides. The 8's on the left cancel, and I've got 2p equals, well, negative 4 plus 8 is the same thing as saying 8 minus 4, which is 4. And last step, we got to get rid of that 2 that's in front of the p. We're going to divide both sides by 2. The 2's in front cancel. And I've got p equals 4 divided by 2 is 2. All right, that's number 7. Last up, number 8. Just like in number 7, we're going to have to double distribute. We're going to have to distribute on the left and on the right. So I'm going to write this 3 down because it's going to stay right like it is. And then I've got 8 times 7, which what is 8 times 7? 8 times 7, that's 56. 56 minus 8 times 8, which is negative 64, in. So again, let me highlight some things. We got this guy here turned into this guy here. Equals, I'm going to write down my 9 in. And then I've got 11 times 6, which is 66. 11 times negative 6, which is negative 66. And then we have an n. Okay, we can combine like terms now. On the left, we have a 3 and a 56 that can go together. That's going to be 59, and then we still have minus 64 in. That's equal to, on the right, we can combine our 9 and our negative 66 together. And that's going to give me a negative 57, right? Negative 57 in, right? I did 9 minus 66. And then I still have a plus 66 at the end. Right, this guy went there. These two guys went there. All right, I'm going to get all my ins on the left. So I'm going to add 57 in to both sides. The ones on the right cancel. On the left, I'm going to have my 59, and then I've got negative 64 plus 57. That leaves me with negative 7, so I've got negative 7 in. On the right side, my ins canceled, and I'm left with just 66. Now I need to get rid of this 59. I'm going to subtract 59 from both sides. And I've got negative 7 in equals 66 minus 59 is going to be 7. I didn't mark these out there. Last up, we need to divide by negative 7 on both sides. The negative 7s on the left cancel, and I've got n equals negative 1. And there's our answer.